Welcome to Tax and Revenue Administration's video on how to file the IFTA Quarterly Tax Return in Trax. You will need to know your kilometers traveled and liters purchased during the quarter. If you traveled in the United States, you will need to convert miles to kilometers and gallons to liters. Go to trax.finance.gov.ab.ca. Click Next on the Trax Availability page and sign in by entering your alberta.ca account username and password. On your Trax homepage, select your IFTA account. From the Account Actions menu, select File a Return and choose the period end from the drop-down list. Click Next. Select Yes if you have fuel and travel to report, or No if you don't, then click Next. No, you don't have fuel and travel to report. If you selected No, a nil return is created. Nil returns must still be submitted by the due date or a late filing penalty may apply. To cancel your current IFTA license and submit your final return, check the box at the bottom of the page. Ensure the box remains unchecked if you do not wish to cancel your license. Click Submit to file your nil return. Yes, you have fuel and travel to report. If you selected Yes, you are required to select the fuel types purchased in the period. After you've done so, click Next. If you selected more than one fuel type, for example diesel and propane, you will need to report each one separately. The fuel name for which you are reporting will display above the Return Data Entry table. Use the Add Jurisdiction button to select all those for which you have fuel and travel to report. Then click Add Selected. You can remove jurisdictions added in error by using the Remove Jurisdiction button and then clicking Remove Selected. Next, enter the tax paid liters purchased, total kilometers traveled, and total taxable kilometers for each jurisdiction. To proceed, each field must have a value, even if it is 0. If a jurisdiction had a split rate during the quarter, that jurisdiction will display more than once, and a date range will show in the From and To columns. Ensure you are reporting the tax paid liters purchased, the total kilometers traveled, and the total taxable kilometers for the specified date range for that jurisdiction. Then, enter the total all other liters purchased and the total non-IFTA kilometers traveled. A numerical value, including 0, is required in these fields. Click Review. The Review page displays your totals and calculates the average kilometers per liter and the tax due or refund. Review this page for accuracy. Click Previous to make changes. If you selected more than one fuel type, click Next to report the next fuel. Follow the same steps to report your fuel purchased and kilometers traveled. Once you have completed your last fuel schedule, click Review Summary. The Submit Return page displays the tax due or refund for your quarterly return. Select Edit to make changes. Remember that if you wish to cancel your IFTA license and submit a final return, you can do so by clicking in the box. Ensure the box is unchecked if you do not wish to cancel your license. Confirm that the return is accurate and click Submit. The confirmation page will display a reference number, meaning you successfully filed your return. Click Download if you wish to print or save a copy. If you exit this page before doing so, you cannot retrieve this information. Information on how to pay electronically via Government Tax Payment and Filing Service and by check will also display. If paying by check, print the payment slip and include it with your check. For information on other options to pay, select Payment Options from the top menu. A Notice of Assessment will be issued and available in the Assessment section in Trax only if a return is assessed differently from what was submitted, if interest and/or a penalty was charged, or if there is an amount owing for the reporting period. Thank you for watching TRA's video on how to file the IFTA Quarterly Tax Return in Trax.